Hello and welcome to Tell It Like It Is. I don't remember the number, but the point is, the title is Rising Resilience. And let me just jump in case you don't know what resilience is. Resilience is the ability to maintain your balance or to restore your balance after you have taken a hit of trauma, of any kind of an upset, anything that rattles you, throws you off balance. So this is rising resilience means that your resilience is growing, that the type of things that used to throw you off balance for, I'll start off with days or weeks, things you're stewing on and upset about and so on, maybe for months, or even years. I've had extended relatives that are gone now. That's what they've done. And so there's a long history in part of my epigenetics for that kind of thing. But here's the deal. Hi, Roberta. Welcome. I hope you know what resilience is. It's being able to recover when we get knocked off balance by trauma or any sort of an episode like that. Well, I did used to have a very low level of resilience, and something that would come in and grab me would hold me. Well, actually, it would push me right off balance. So I would be scrambling to try to figure out what's going on. What do I need to do? What's happening to me? I don't know. And all of life is supposed to carry on and distractions happen. And actually what that is the impact is so great. This is how trauma works. And it's an automatic thing that happens to your nervous system. It's the autonomic nervous system. And so it's just too much. And all of that emotion, reaction, whatever, bypasses the prefrontal cortex. You don't have time to sort it out, to process it. It's too much too fast, or it's too little for too long. And so you just take it all automatically and push that down into the hippocampus, and it resides there. It actually, the way I describe it is it gets backed up, and it also can ferment in there. It doesn't do well. And really, resilience is the reaction, the skill. It's a skill where we're able to access those things and process them and decide what we want to do. And we can have various responses to various kinds of hits that we take, or triggers that connect to old hits. So you have burned your hand ironing or grabbing a pan coming out of the oven by mistake or something, and you have a burn and it hurts and I don't know what to do, and and maybe run it underwater or whatever, but there is a burn and it's residual. It sits in the skin in your body, and you do fine. Maybe you put salve on it, or after a few days go by or whatever amount of time, and it feels like it's going to be okay. And then you're not thinking about it because it doesn't hurt anymore. And it's time to do the dishes. So you run the soapy water and everything is in there. And then you plunge your hands in to grab the dishes to wash. And the pain, the heat goes into the former wound, and you draw your hand out. That really hurts. It doesn't take you all the way back, the wound all the way back, but it's painful, and you have to tend it and be careful with that wound again until it is fully healed. And that's also very similar to what happens with trauma. So my old trauma resilience was pretty low. Hi, Linda. Hello. Oh, it's nice to see you here too. But my resilience was pretty low, and so trauma reactions and that stuff in the hippocampus back up, ferment, I guess you can say, whatever, I'm not able to, and it gets heavier, not able to deal with it, it gets heavier and heavier, and I just keep focusing out on all the distractions because I don't want to open, I picture it as a box. I don't want to open that box. So the more I allow myself, the more I pursue distractions and pay attention to nitpicky details that don't really matter, and on, the less likely that I will have to confront that stuff. And my resilience stays low. Well, in this journey, this 5-year journey that I've been on for healing, I've just noticed today a massive growth marker, a massive one. My resilience has grown, and I had, when this last 2 weeks I was away, I had a few things that came up that were very traumatic. They brought up past issues and so on, but they didn't last too long. And I offloaded them. I know what to do and how to do it. I let them come, and I feel them, and I recognize what I can or can't do, and I manage them. And the resilience has been growing. I understand that. And I have felt really good about that. Well, today I had one that was huge and serious about my car. I got home, my battery was dead. And so late last night, I recognized that, I'll just get up early in the morning and I'll call the service. And the service came. It was wonderful. I got to the gym for my first workout in 2 weeks. So excited. And shut the car off. And then, because he said, wait, run it for 15. I ran it for 20 and this and this. And then I shut it off to go into the gym. And I thought I better make sure it will start. It wouldn't start. It wouldn't start. And that began a long-term, on the phone, extended periods of time, this and this. And finally I realized they're not going to come. And even if they do, it's not going to be in a timely manner. And I asked one of the guys there if he would jump my car when he was done with his workout. And it was another 45 or 50 minutes. And texting back and forth, I was supposed to pay $95 for more for a service I already have, and so on and so on. It's like craziness, crazy. So he jumped me, and I got on the highway to drive. And I thought, I had already decided I'm going to go over to the National Tire place, Tire and Battery, because they are so helpful to me. And I have an appointment there Friday, but I don't want to shut my car off until I know it's going to work. I don't want to be here in the middle of nowhere. So I jumped on the highway and came down 15, 20 minutes, let the alternator charge up the battery. Hopefully it will work for me. And then so there's the resilience. First of all, through that whole process, I just worked on my workout as much as I could. And when I was on hold, I talked to the guy that I suspected would have jumper cables. He didn't, but I do. And he was willing to do it when his workout was done. And that was okay. And I managed. I held my balance through that 2.5 hours. One short section where over and over again, she was asking me the same question. I said, I've already answered that. And so that was all I got kind of up. I maintained my balance through the whole thing. And yeah, I'm going to have to follow up, but that's here because I was able to make that decision. I was processing all that was going on. My resilience was high. And I said, when I decided, okay, what do I do? Do I go back where I bought the battery, which was another late night issue, and somebody led me to a place? I might be able to find it, but I might not. But it's just this auto store. If the thing shuts off, they can't jump it. What will I do? And so on. And I decided I'm going to go to NTB because they'll be able to help me there. And so made that decision. And then I've done my drive. Now I need to go back up to the NTB. And I realized as I was driving, you know what? This is resilience steady through the whole disruption, through the whole level of trauma rising, through the whole episode. And I maintained my balance through the whole thing, except that one little thing. And I'm ready for my day, even though I'm hours behind. I should have done with my workout by 9 o'clock. It's now 11:15. And I still have this to take care of. And I haven't had breakfast. And my day is not going at all like what I wanted. But I am secure in Jesus. When this all started, I thought, oh, I haven't done this. I ate breakfast. I need whatever in the clock. And as I thought, okay, Lord, this is the day that you laid out with these details. I'm okay with that. Let's just go forward. So, yeah, it's been up and down a little bit with the phone calls from the people that didn't show up. I'm going to have to drop that service. But that's another decision I made clear because my prefrontal cortex was in order. Not a, but I'm going to this and I'm going to that. Not like that. It's logical. This is the third time that this kind of thing has happened, and it feels more like a scam than a service. So I need to make a change, and it's resilience. Resilience is growing. It works right along with the change in the plasticity of our brains as we heal from trauma. That the old pathways that took us down the road of stewing or reacting or whatever, that were pretty deep ruts, those are healing. They heal right along, and new pathways are made because of the plasticity of the brain, the way God created it. And Jesus is leading me, and Holy Spirit is my guide. He's my convictor, but he's also my comfort and my counselor. So he's my coach. And so this is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but this is what my Tell It Like It is meant to be, is cutting edge growth for somebody that's lived basically a lifetime in trauma. Yep, it's possible. It's possible for everybody. I'm suspicious that that's true. Okay. So thank you. This is Tell It Like It Is again. Rising Resilience. Thanks so much, Roberta, for being here, and for you too, Linda. If this was helpful to you, make a comment or just let me know somehow, because it would really be helpful. Oh, good. Thanks for the heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let others know. Roberta, you're a treasure. Bye-bye.